Let me explain the multi-file project concept again, how to compile and build a executable file. So here we have a main.cpp and the function1.cpp. So function1.cpp, let me write on the screen. So function1.cpp is translated into function1.o, and what we do is a g++ command, and the dash c option is there. Dash g is a debugging one, so it's not relevant to this one, so we always give a dash g for debugging later anyway. So that's what you got. And then main.cpp, we do same thing, and then we got main.o file there. And then finally, we do g++ function1.o and then main.o. Then this produces a.out for Mac, a.exe for Windows there. So what it is that each file is translated for the given contents only. So you have function one and main dot for given contents only. It's translated into machine code from C++. So that is done, but this one itself is not executable yet. To be executable, you need to combine with some libraries, default libraries needed for this one. For example, IOStream library is needed for function to do cout. All of those ones are added at this moment. Any library needed is combined with those Dado files together, and then finally executable code is produced. So if you have many files there, but by going through all these processes quite lengthy, and then a little bit you may make an error by doing one by one. So to make this one easier or convenient, the C++ comes with another tool called the make utility. Make is a command. To do so, we need to provide information to the make utility, and the information is a text file. So here, file, the file name is a make file, and then capital M is a convention there. And then make a file, the simple text file, and then specify how to do multi-file project compilation and build executable code. And then make a file, every two line is information to that, a pair of lines. So the very top, what you specify is what is your ultimate goal of this one is I need executable code. That is a.out. In Mac, if you are using Windows, it should be a.exe, but I'm using Mac, I'm using a.out, colon, and then specify next one. To make a.out, what do you need ultimately? To remember that we went through this step and this step, finally we made it. So to make a.out, I need the main.o and the function1.o. So main.o is needed and the function1.o is needed. So that's the first line. And then second line, one of the important thing is a second line should begin with a tab. So you need to press tab button. But if you give multiple spaces, that will not work. So make sure that you press a tab button and then give a command to produce a.out by those two. That is a g++ main.o and function1.o. So that's the first line. And then next couple of pair of lines, you need to give some information. How do you make those ones needed for a.out? So blank line is not part of the grammar, so readability, let me give one blank. So next one is to make create a.out. The first thing we need is main.o. So how do you create main.o? That should be specified in this now next pair of lines. First, to make a main.o, what is needed? I need the main.cpp is needed. Then next line is command tab. So how do you make main.o out of main.cpp? G++ minus C, and later I'm going to use a debugger, so dash G main.cpp is the command. So for safety, let's give a dash G option every single command there. So that is the one blank. And then one more thing is this one, how do we create this one is not given that yet. So function 1.o, how do we make it? We need a function 1.cpp. Then command is a tab g++ minus, and function 1.cpp is there. Then everything is expressed in this makefile. So once you produce a makefile, now you can easily create. Let me clear the screen. So let me delete a.out and then all .o files that was a product of those demonstration earlier. And then now just type command make, which reads a makefile as information, and press, then it just does one by one all the needed sequence of instructions to create a.out or a.exe executable code. So by providing a makefile correctly, then you can easily handle the multi-file project. Now I have a.out or a.exe if you're using Windows, and that works. So we are going to use a makefile and the make utility to manage a multi-file project.